Good morning. I am heading into the village this morning. I have a few errands to run. It is a bit grim outside today. I just need to pick up some basics from the co-op, milk, bread, that sort of thing, and pick up a prescription as well. And I'd like to get it done fairly early and get it out of the way. And yeah. I'm not sure what else I have planned for today. I just keep looking at the weather and hoping I can find a break in the rain. It's not looking too promising. Yeah, so I'm not sure what else I have planned today. Probably work a bit more on that sweater, working on the colourwork section. I'd like to get a good chunk of that done today if possible. Other than that, we'll just have to see how we go. Well, I've ripped out and re-knit this a couple of times now, and I'm finally happy with how it's going. I've gone down a needle size. I've basically ripped out the whole lot on the second time I ripped it out. I ripped the whole lot out. I've gone down a needle size for the rib and for the main knitting, so I now have 2.75mm for the rib and 3mm for the main body of it. I'm still not 100% happy with my tension. I know I'm using different thicknesses of yarn, which will affect it as well, but my increases are not great on this. I've done knit front and back, which is not an increase I do very often, but I have for this one. The peachy colour is a high twist yarn, which always looks a little bit messier than a regular ply. It doesn't kind of knit together in a flat fabric the same way, but once it's been blocked it should be okay. The very dark purple that I've used is quite fine yarn for a fingering weight. It's not as thin as a lace weight, nowhere near as thin as a lace weight, but it is definitely on the lighter side of fingering. Kind of like a whole super soft is, but then it kind of blooms. And the yarn that I decided to put in this top section, this is actually the back where my short rows are, but this yarn I've put in the top section originally had the kind of white speckle yarn, two stripes of that instead of the colourwork, and it just looked too unbalanced. There was too much white at the top of the yoke, so I ripped it all out and I put in the hand spun, the multicolour hand spun yarn, which I have down here, this one instead, because I'm going to be using that in this next section of the yoke anyway, and I thought it would help balance it out a little bit better. So it's kind of like multicoloured, so some bits it's orange and yellow and other bits it's yellow and cream and what have you, but that's fine. So I'm up to the point where I'm about to start doing the more picture type parts of the yoke next, but I think I've worked on this enough for today. I think I need to work on something that's a little bit more plain for the rest of the evening, but I'm really happy with how it's working up. I've missed doing, let me move this camera back up a little bit. You can see me now, although it's at a funny angle. I know I'm moving the camera whilst recording, which is not the best of things, and the light is not great now. I've missed knitting fun things. I've been doing a lot of knitting basics recently, and I do enjoy knitting, you know, like seasonal fun things like Halloween socks and Halloween sweaters and Christmas things, and I do like knitting basics because I need them in my wardrobe. At the same time, I do like knitting a fun yoke or something like that. I'm looking forward to knitting a festive sweater this year, but I guess, you know, if I can get through a Halloween sweater in time for Halloween, really that'll be quite telling as to how if I can get through a Christmas sweater as well. We shall see. So I will see you tomorrow.